Sometimes people come above their limitations. They strive for greatness. They try to be brave in the face of unimaginably terrible odds. And then they watch Fantastic Four. This is one of those times. Today on the Bearded Movie Guy talks about Fantastic Four, Fan Four Stick, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Yeah. You wanted it, so you got it. Well, at least one guy wanted it, so he got it. Anyways, doesn't matter. Brought to you by the Bearded Movie Guy. Hi, the Bearded Movie Guy, and yeah, so I watched Fantastic Four. A lot of people have told me how bad this movie is. One of my friends told me it's the worst movie he's ever seen, and I've shown him some terrible movies on purpose. And let me just say, Twitter and YouTube and everyone went nuts when this movie came out. I remember watching so many reviews for it, and they just kept on saying how bad it was, that it was an abomination, that this was the worst movie of the year, that it's so bad that it set superhero movies back. So what did I think about it? You know what? I didn't hate it. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, I'm not going to say I loved it. I'm not going to say I hated it. I had no problem watching it. Yes, it has tons of flaws. And yes, it has corny dialogue. And yes, it has some editing issues. And you can totally see where the script was screwed with and where the company and the director fought each other and blah, 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 blah. If you don't know, it's had tons of problems. And it looks like a movie that has tons of problems. But the overall movie did not bother me. I felt entertained for the most part. Underwhelmed in parts, but overall, I did not come away from the movie going, holy crap, that was the worst thing ever. And that's what I was expecting because everyone was telling me that's what that was. It wasn't, for me at least. Fantastic Four is a movie that has promise, that has some good actors, that are delivering some terrible dialogue, that are trying their best to do what they can. Some of the special effects look okay. Most of the special effects, in particular anything to do with Mr. Fantastic, look terrible. In particular, there's a face thing. Just look freaking awful. But there was potential, and there's scenes where you can see potential, and there's scenes where you're just like, this was going to be a good movie at one point. And now, I'll be honest, I don't even like the Fantastic Four. As a group, as characters, never liked them. They were always stupid and boring as far as I'm concerned. You got Mr. Fantastic, who's the most boring superhero. Like, Plastic Man's so much cooler. He stretches, they both stretch. Plastic Man, way cooler. You got The Thing, which is the poor man's Hulk. You got the Human Torch, who is a guy on fire. It's just okay. And you got Sue Storm, who can do things with force fields and, like, it's just, overall, I've never been a fan of it. I've seen almost every one of the Fantastic Four movies. There's one from the 90s, which I've only seen parts of because I could never get a full copy of. They're all not great. And this is just another not great one. Sure, I can tell you, I'll go through things that didn't work. Doctor Doom didn't work at all. And they should have left it for another movie completely. The pacing, a little off. Again, as I mentioned, the script, not great. There's some lines they say that you're like, ooh, that's cringeworthy. But overall, I could see where the director wanted to go. I could see like there was like, oh, so this isn't going to be like every other superhero movie. It's going to be a little bit different. And the director did say at one point he wasn't trying to make a straight up superhero movie. He was more trying to make like a science fiction movie. And in that, I think he accomplished what he was trying to do. He just didn't make a particularly great one. But he didn't make the worst movie ever, people. Come on. I have seen over 4,000 movies. This is not close to being the bottom of the barrel. And I'll tell you straight up, I'm about to do my top 10 worst and best list of 2015. And this won't be on it. I've seen 10 worse movies than this. Easily. And I didn't even see 50 Shades of Grey. So that's saying something. Fantastic Four is a movie that had a little bit of promise and a whole lot of letdown. The problem, I think, is just Fantastic Four is not that interesting. It's not that good a property in the beginning anyways. If you're a fan of Fantastic Four, I'm sorry. Like, the group, like the comic book, I'm sorry. To me, they've never done anything for me. I've always been like, they're boring. They were never that interesting to me in the first place. So this movie, I had nothing riding on this movie, and I got nothing bad out of it. Like, sure, there are bad things in it, but it didn't offend me. There was never a point where I was like, oh, come on. It was just like, okay. Oh, that's good. That's all right. That's mediocre. Oh, that's your boss fight, eh? That's the big finale of the movie. Okay. Like, it didn't do anything to offend my soul. There are movies out there who offend my soul. This isn't one of them. So, let me know. Why is Fantastic Four so bad? Like, I get the scripting and all that kind of stuff, but why is it so bad? What is so bad about this movie that you guys in general think it's the worst movie of the year or among the worst movies of the year? Oh yeah, I didn't beard it, I guess. So here, 2.5 beards. Which 3 beards means good. 2.5 beard means okay, that's alright. Thanks for watching. Till next time, stay bearded. You haven't watched the Bearded Movie Guy. Talk about Fantastic Four. It wasn't fantastic. There was 4 of them. It was like Mediocre 4 would have been a better title, and it would have been honest. There you go. Yeah. It was a commentary, friends, and as always, YouTube 7.